Hey there folks, John here with ThruMyLens, and today I'm coming to you with another photography related video. Somehow I've purchased yet another tripod. Let me explain. So it was during the process of researching this tripod. This is the Oben CQL13 that I recently reviewed both here on the ThruMyLens YouTube channel as well as on the ThruMyLens website. Definitely recommend that you check out both. But it was through the process of researching that I ran across this. This is the new Ulanzi TreeRoot Quick Lock Lite. And really the main thing that made me go after it was this quick lock system here on the legs. Now it's not quite as quick to deploy as the Oben. It has just one mechanism here that allows you to deploy the leg to its full length. But it is much better than my old Ulanzi. This is the Zero F38, also previously known as the Ulanzi Coleman travel tripod. And I've used this a bunch over the last couple years, but it was really during my recent trip to Europe, where I went to Germany. I went, well, in Germany, I went to Munich, I went to Stuttgart, and then I went from there to Paris, and then from Paris to London. It was really during that trip doing photography where I was doing a lot of nighttime photography, a lot of long exposure photography, and I became painfully aware that the deployment system here on these legs, where you have these little flip locks where you extend the legs, can really become tiresome and burdensome when you're doing kind of a run and gun multi-location shoot. Yes, you can deploy it quickly by grabbing all of the latches at once and extending, but you still have to go to all four and close them, which is painful. Then when you're done, you have to go to all four, release them, collapse the leg, and then relatch the hooks. So let's compare that experience to the TreeRoot, what I'll call the TreeRoot Lite. You can grab just three. There are just three sections here that you have to release, and you do it with a quarter turn. And once you do so, the entire system can deploy with gravity. You can then quarter turn tight the three sections. When you're done, boom. That's nice. If you're just going out to a single location and you have to only deploy the tripod legs once and then collapse it and go back home, using something like the Ulanzi Coleman Zero F38 is not too painful. But again, if you're shooting, maybe all day, late night shoot, where you're going to several different points and you have to deploy, collapse the tripod several times, it's going to be painful. Now last year, Ulanzi released what I'm calling the original TreeRoot, or what I think Ulanzi is calling the classic TreeRoot, kind of the first tripod in that series. And it quickly became the darling of the internet. Everybody was lauding that tripod as the second coming of tripods, and it has become very popular. Here's the problem for me. The original TreeRoot was both larger and heavier than the Ulanzi Zero F38, which I own. and it was considerably more expensive. This is about $300 depending on the sale that Ulanzi is running at any given time, and they run a lot. The original or classic TreeRoot is about $499, so about $200 more. Again, really is going to depend on the sale prices. So for me, it really wasn't a tripod that I was all that interested in. Although I really did covet the quick lock system. Well, Ulanzi, I don't think I was the only one who felt that way, because Ulanzi has answered with this version of the TreeRoot, which is both lighter and less expensive. In terms of differences from the TreeRoot, the tripod legs are a traditional cylinder kind of design, versus the TreeRoot, I believe, has more of a triangular leg that's kind of similar to some other tripods that are out there. And apparently that particular configuration gives more stability. Although the interesting thing on the Ulanzi website is they basically indicate that the potential load capacity of both the TreeRoot and the TreeRoot Lite are virtually the same. This tripod head is not quite as robust and won't hold quite as much weight, but the legs and the center column seem to be very similar to the original TreeRoot. As compared to my gold standard here, the Ulanzi Coleman 0F38. The tripod head, they're both ball heads. The tripod head on the TreeRoot Lite can be swapped out. You can change it out. You can unscrew it and put on virtually any tripod head you want. What's nice about this one is that it does have a panning head, so if you do want to use it for video, you can. I don't think I'll be getting rid of it anytime soon. This one does not pan. The TreeRoot pan does not. But I think it's a little, obviously it is smaller. It is a little bit easier to work with. I think I'm going to put some numbers on the screen here in terms of their weight and their overall height and so forth. The TreeRoot Lite is about a ½ pound heavier than the Ulanzi Coleman 0F38, which for my purposes, for what I was looking for, a ½ pound's probably not going to make a difference. For my system here, if the size and the weight of the tripod is going to matter more than any other consideration, I'm going to use my Oben, because you just don't get much of a smaller form factor or less weight. But if I'm not as concerned, then the ½ pound difference between this and the 0F38, not a big deal. From a collapsed height, you can tell that the TreeRoot is a few inches taller than the 0F38. I put them both on my backpack on the side pocket, and the difference in the collapsed height really doesn't bother me. It's not a big deal. What's a bigger deal when you attach these to a bag is kind of their overall diameter and footprint, because that kind of adds weight to your your overall body space. And they're pretty close. They're about the same. I haven't got the tape out to measure, but I don't think there's an appreciable difference in their circumference or diameter and their footprint in terms of the amount of space they take up when they're collapsed, which is nice. When they're fully extended, the F38 is about 1.5 inches taller in maximum height. Not a big deal for me, because both of them I can extend above. I can put the camera above eye level, which is more than enough height. I'm about 5'7". I'm not very tall, so I can put the camera above eye height for both. So it doesn't really when I want a tall tripod, I want something that can reach eye level, and both can do that for me. So really nice. A couple of other nice features. Again, I do talk about this. Got a really nice written photo review that's on ThruMyLens. Please do check that out. I'll put a link in the description box. But one of the nice, really nice features is that it's got a couple of 1/4-inch screw holes. You can see one of them here. It's got two, one on each side, where you can use any kind of accessories to mount onto the tripod via the 1/4-inch screw. What kind of accessories would you use? Magic arm. With a magic arm, you could put on a monitor. You could put your phone there. If you wanted to operate the camera with your phone, you could put another camera, like a video camera, so you can do photos and video at the same time. A lot of different options there, and having two screws means you could potentially put a monitor on one side, phone on the other, monitor, another camera. Lots of options there. Really like that. If you do want to get flat to the ground, this is a design similar to what we saw on the Ulanzi Coleman F38. In the bottom, there's this screw, there's this hook, and it serves two purposes. When it's screwed in, you can, when the tripod's deployed, you can hook your bag, or sandbags or something if you want to add stability to the tripod. If you're in really high wind and you want to make sure it doesn't go anywhere, you can use this hook. When you unscrew it from the bottom, there is a little hex tool here. It's magnetically in there. You can pull it out, put it in the center. Now you've got a nice little screwdriver. I'm not going to do it on camera, but you just lay the tripod head over that. That reveals a screw hole. You go in through the top, you unscrew it, and you can remove this section of the center column. And when you do that, then you can very easily kind of splay the legs out like this, so that you can do low shots, with the tripod. So really nice feature. The only thing about that design that I don't like is, again, as I mentioned, the Ulanzi Coleman doesn't have a very similar feature in its center column. You'll notice I have no hook there because it backed out of the screw and I lost it somewhere. I don't know where. And Ulanzi customer service, they're okay. These screw hook things for their tripods apparently isn't something they keep in stock a whole lot. Either that or a lot of people are losing them. And at this time, when I went to go to their customer service and asked them to send me one, they said, hey, we won't have any back for a while. I said, well, how will I know? And they were like, oh, just write me back in a couple months and check. So, okay. Thanks for the information. Beyond that, I don't have a whole lot of concerns with the tripod. Honestly, I think this is kind of your Goldilocks baby bear soup. It's the same price, the same retail price as the old Zero F38. I kind of believe they're probably going to be phasing this one out. Don't know that for sure, but maybe they'll run some even better sales on this till they run out of them. Who knows? But this one is $300. This one is also $300. Again, a couple $100 cheaper than the original or classic TreeRoot. And for photography in particular, I think this is the best tripod on the market. And for my purposes, with this and with the Oben CQL13, I think I have all the options that I need. If I want stability and strength, this is easily going to be as stable as the old Ulanzi Coleman Zero F38. So this will work great for me. I don't see any conditions that I would shoot in where this wouldn't work for me. You also have in the bottom here There are, of course, the rubber feet here, and you can just, they're on there pretty good, so I don't know if I can do it on camera. There we go. You can take these covers off, and it reveals that they do have little spiked feet here on the bottom, and that can add additional stability to the tripod if you're like on a hill, if you're shooting on a hill, or maybe in sandy, rocky terrain. You just want to make sure the tripod doesn't slide on you. Then you can easily do that. That's an improvement over the Ulanzi Coleman, because with this, you can also unscrew the feet on the Ulanzi Coleman, but then you have to screw in the spikes that are the included accessory. So you either have to remember to bring the spikes, you have to know that you're going to need them and remember to bring them with you, or just bring these spikes with you wherever you go, which obviously both of those approaches have problems. But again, I think for most people, this particular tripod will handle most of your needs. This is going to be your all-arounder. The only thing that this doesn't do that somebody might want is it doesn't pan. So you could do one of two things. You could buy a panning head and just put it on this when you need it. That wouldn't be a problem. Or buy a second tripod. So I don't know that I'm going to get rid of this one, because it does have the panning head. That could come in handy. But I don't do a lot of video work in the field, so that's just a feature that wasn't something I was particularly looking for, was important to me. I think this is probably going to be the best overall tripod for photography that's available in the marketplace today, and in terms of bang for the buck and the features. I really like it. Well, there you have it. There's my review of the new Ulanzi TreeRoot Quick Lock Lite. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Take care. God bless. We'll see you in the next one.
I hope you've enjoyed this production from the ThruMyLens YouTube channel. If you did, please click on the like button and do share the video on social media. If you'd like to see more content like it, please do subscribe to the channel, follow me on Instagram and Facebook, and do check out ThruMyLens at www.thrumylens.org.